The dragon in black and white, the beast in black and white. They worship Lucifer in the white side at the Vatican, and they worship Satan on the black side at the Vatican. That's right. The pagan Roman Catholic Church. When you see the white Pope, Pope Francis, they're worshiping Lucifer. When you see the black Pope, the general of the Jesuits, they're worshiping Satan. Worship yourself as a god. They're Satan worshipers. So either way, the whole world, all of Christianity, all of paganism, Eastern mysticism, you trapped. And the only way to get free is right here, the image of God. And when I say paganism, that includes Islam, the Nation of Islam, Fruit of Islam, and the 5% nation that so-called hip-hop culture got its start in. They all report to the general of the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus in the Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope's confessor has to be a Jesuit. And the Pope himself has to come to a Jesuit to confess. The Vatican Empire, everything I say is a quote. This here is Jean-Baptiste Janssen. He ruled from 1946 to 1964, and he looks like a charming gentleman, very cheerful. But nevertheless, you can see that this photograph was taken from the Saturday Evening Post, 1959, and this is what he is in command of. And now we will want to deal with these issues in the next session. He controls the following secret societies. The Sovereign Military Order of Malta. So he is in control of the Knights of Malta. The Scottish Rite Shriner Freemasonry, the Order of the Illuminati, the Knights of Columbus, the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, B'nai B'rith, the Nation of Islam and its private army called the Fruit of Islam, the Mafia Commission, Opus Dei, along with a host of lesser brotherhoods. So each one of those secret societies is controlled by the Jesuits.
The whole world, you're being lied to and deceived, and really it's your fault. Because God told you in his word that Satan was the father of lies. And Satan has always had a small minority of fallen beings that have chosen to follow him. And those fallen beings, whether they're demonic angels from heaven or they're sons of Adam and Eve who decided to worship Satan here on earth, these small individuals, these sons of Belial here on earth, are elite individuals who have taken vows and oaths in secret societies to worship and promote Satan's agenda, to be at war with God's law, God's principles, to want to destroy God's kingdom and God's image. Anything that God has established, these individuals, through these secret societies, Freemasonry, the Illuminati, all of your fraternal organizations, it was all created and originated in this institution, the Roman Catholic Church, and they created the Jesuit order to consolidate all of these different secret societies. So like he said, the KKK, and the Nation of Islam which on the surface they teach individuals that there are opposites. There aren't at odds. They all are in this secret society, this brotherhood of Freemasonry. And when the masses who aren't in their brotherhood get caught in the crossfire and get sacrificed, that's the goal of the deity that they worship, Satan. He wants to sacrifice the children of God. So he has it appear as if the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan, and all of these cats are against the KKK and against the Jews. They ain't against the Jews. The B'nai B'rith and Islam, they all take the same exact oaths. They all are Shriners. They all are 33rd degree Freemasons. They all party together. They all engage in orgies together. They get high together. They vacate together. They're here to sacrifice you and your children. Getting you caught in the crossfire. It's called order out of chaos. It's called the Hegelian science. Their brotherhood is built on sacrifice. They worship Osiris, the god of the dead. They must have human sacrifices. Satan don't accept nothing else. Human sacrifice. So when you see people blowing up people and on the low levels, yes, the cats in Islam, they believe in Allah. They believe that they supposed to fight against the infidel because they don't know no better. They not in the inner circle of the elites in the secret society. They don't know no better. Just like the everyday Christian going sitting in that pew. They don't know that T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and Billy Graham and all of these cats is 33rd degree Baphomet worshiping, Satan worshiping, occult ritualistic temple prostitutes to Baal.
Persecution of the Catholic Church in Germany has been directed only against those elements which did not entirely submit to the ever-increasing centralization of authority in church and state. So sometimes it looks as if even the Catholics are suffering, but only those Catholic groups that are not totally submissive to this system will be subjugated. Some Catholic orders were actually opposed to the Jesuits. They were killed, they were wiped out. In the French Revolution, the Dominicans had taken over the Inquisition from the Jesuits. Boom, they were zapped. And the Jesuits took it back. Its objective was, and is still, to destroy the effects of the Reformation and to re-establish the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation. A greater Germany, in other words, must be made again the center of a revived Holy Roman Empire. Leo H. Lehman, 1942, an American historian, said that. Isn't it fascinating that the Russian president, or a Russian president, let me put it that way, and many political leaders have given the assurance that Germany will once again play a greater role in the new Europe today. Isn't it also fascinating that it was a Jesuit priest, Father Stempfler, and not Hitler, who wrote Mein Kampf? In fact, you can read it on Mein Kampf itself. Now, the SS used this symbol of the skull and crossbones. What was that a symbol of? Do you remember? It was the symbol of Jupiter, the god Jupiter, the god of death. It's also the symbol of Osiris, who was the god of death. Anubis is just another form of Osiris. He is the god of death. He's the god of the dead. But Jesus says, I am the God of the living. I am not the God of the dead. I'd rather serve the God of the living. The SS was organized by Himmler according to Jesuit order principles. The rules of service, spiritual exercises prescribed by Ignatius Loyola constituted a model which Himmler strove carefully to copy. Absolute obedience was the supreme rule. Every order had to be executed without comment. Every single statement is being read from a reputable source. Again, in that wonderful book, The Great Controversy, we get an idea of the Jesuits. Throughout Christendom, Protestantism was menaced by formidable foes. The first triumphs of the Reformation past, Rome summoned new forces hoping to accomplish its destruction. At this time, the order of the Jesuits was created. Notice what this quote says. The most cruel, unscrupulous, and powerful of all the champions of popery. Cut off from every earthly tie and human interest, dead to the claims of natural affection, reason, and conscience, wholly silenced, they knew no rule, no tie, but that to their order, and no duty but to extend its power. We don't have to read the whole quote.
Everyone creates their own reality. The thing is, you speak for a consensus of reality which is acceptable. We speak for one which at this point in history is not acceptable.
Well,
so it's just a question of who manipulates the media, who has the most money to put their reality forth.
would you pardon me saying that I find a world in which your ability to conjure your own reality as you perceive it to be a very frightening world for people like me, because you see, I'm guided by some codified rules that tell me what is right and wrong. In your world, I'm not so sure I would feel very safe.
Well, you would see that's your problem. You have, in the satanic world of the future, Christian churches will be allowed to continue because they pose no threat to us. We don't need Christianity. Christianity needs us.
Followers of Satan can't help but lie. He said that the followers of the way, the truth, and the life need Satanists. Those of us who follow the Messiah, the way, truth, and the life, we don't need anything because we have been bought with a price. It's called Calvary. We have enmity between us and Satanist and Satan. It's the Satanist who needs a sacrifice because they reject the Messiah. It's Satanists who, because they're worshiping Satan, Satan requires them to sacrifice. And only those of us who have been bought with the price of the Messiah are protected and have enmity. Human beings in general and people of color specifically, you have been marked for sacrifice. This is a Greek mythological deity, pagan false god that they worshiped called Polyphemus. And he was a god of black ritual, obscene homosexual rituals. All right? The Cyclops, the bullseye for the Cyclops was an offering of sodomy. But Greece bit everything. Greece didn't come up with anything. The Hellenistic Empire, they bit and copied everything from Egypt. So the equivalent of Polyphemus in the Egyptian religious worship system was Set. In the worship of Set in a Luxor temple, they used to do the same obscene homosexual sodomite rituals. So, human sacrifice to Molech and these obscene homosexual rituals are what Satanists must offer to Satan in worship. So when he says followers of Christ we don't need followers of Christ, they need us. He's lying. The reason they need you is because you are the human sacrifice. Your children have been marked for their human sacrifices. And if you don't think that they still sacrificing humans to this day, all right, Halloween's coming. Easter is coming. Christmas is coming. These are all pagan holidays where they sacrifice babies and sacrifice humans and to their false fallen deity, Satan. And as you can see in the picture, this is Satan in his female form. It's the demon god Lilith. You see, castrate the man, abort the babies, tear out the woman's uterus, get bitten by the serpent, drink the wine of Babylon, and the strange fire of the occult. So humans, especially people of color, understand that you are the bull. Adam and Eve. Adam was the male bull. Eve was the female heifer. You are the bull in their sacrificial system. The bull's eye is sodomy, and the bull itself is what they want to kill. You.
I'm gonna do you like baby them did me. Yeah. I'll never forget that day. Yeah, no, they was all in the kitchen. I was scared. It was cool. There was about this many niggas and shit too in that bit. I never forget the word. Suck Lil Wayne, let dick.
Oh, cause it's just ooh, Lil Wayne's just too good.
Yeah, I'm saying my chorus. Running through all the dicks like Forrest. I hate niggas. That's not true. They asked me what block I live on. I said on your dick between your balls. Okay, I said I'm sucking your dick. Your balls in my face like Kobe. Little niggas, I be sucking your dick. They don't even know me. Yo. I said I'm sucking on your dick. In prison, I'm the warden. You already know my legs open faster than Jordan. Sucking on the dick fast, I never do it slow. Everybody know because my job is to blow and my blows is to job. Like I'm sucking on your knob and I'm sucking on your cock. It's like corn on the cob.
Topping and my neck shit crazy. I suck your dick then I really call KD. But lately I've been sucking dick and y'all wanna smell? Well fuck it though. I'ma really let that smell.
And look, Drake voice. Started from the dick, now I'm here.
Started on your dick, now I'm sucking on your pubic hair. Started from your dick, now I'm here. Started from the dick, now I'm sucking.
Then I grab his nutsack.
In that bit. I never forget the word. Suck Lil Wayne, let dick.
Oh, cause it's just ooh, Lil Wayne's just too good. Oh, cause it's just ooh, Lil Wayne's just too good.
Get verses like devil's pie, say some dessert for us. Yes. Spread love to all of my dead thugs. I pour out a little Louis to a head above. And when I perish, the meek shall inherit the earth. Till that time it's on and poppin' church. That's my word. I never read the Bible in my life. I don't even know how I know that. Oh my God, leave that.
So listen up, man. This is Armin Gideon the Mead. Alright? The spokesmarshal, the fashion spokesmodel for the ITB in the beginning, layish culture of the redeemed. So listen to my brothers and sisters out here in this satanic, Luciferian, occult, black rock and roll industry. Please, once I clear this information up, please, on behalf of Alien Nation, keep our name out your mouth. Call yourselves what you are. Black rock and roll. Not hip-hop. Hip-hop is the culture of the redeemed, saved by grace. Hip-hop music is the natural response to redemption. What happened ITB in the beginning in the Garden of Eden when my parents received life instead of death. So the music and the praise that went up and the worship that went up immediately in the garden was something that not even the angels can participate in. In Revelation it says the redeemed will sing a song that no man can sing. That's hip-hop. The natural response to redemption. So please, keep our name out your mouth. What you do is black rock and roll, so call it that.
Get verses like devil's pie, say some dessert for us.
Yo, these puppets, they think they so clever. Jay swear he's so clever. That was all he did was show y'all the dragon in black and white. All he did was take the pentagram and turn the pentagram from the 5-pointed star going up, which is Lucifer, the worship of Lucifer. That's the white side of Roman Catholicism, the white side of the occult, Luciferian doctrine. And he said, the second verse, devil's pie, save some dessert for us. That's turning the pentagram down. That's the sign of Baphomet, straight up satanic worship. All he did, so the chorus say, Lucifer, God of the morning, we gonna chase you out of here. Because they turning the Luciferian and they letting you know they Satan worshipers. The dragon in black and white. These cats is in the occult. These cats is Freemasons. These cats is sodomites. These cats is straight up temple prostitutes. Getting pimped out. And it's blackface. All the music industry did was what the Greeks did. The Greeks ran into Egypt, got all of the satanic filth and trash and waste that the enemies of God were participating in, and then they grabbed all of that and came and packaged it in Greek mythology, the Roman pantheon, and then sold it back to y'all as culture, as knowledge, as wisdom, as education. Man, y'all got to be kidding. As science, as mathematics. That trash. That occult trash. And now these cats running around here following after Aleister Crowley and the Jesuits and the Roman Catholics and Freemasons and the Illuminati and Judas Iscariot, the Zionists. Y'all got to be kidding me, man. Y'all some little puppets. Y'all slaves. But unlike them fake, phony, pagan Christians online who condemning y'all, whose churches is filled with just as much paganism and heathenism and idolatry as Freemason society, because it was created by the Roman Catholic Church as well, just like Freemasonry was. Christianity is a product of the Roman Catholic Church, just like Luciferian, satanic Freemasonry is. So while those hypocrites sit back in judgment of you and participate in the same things that you do, we, your brothers from Alien Nation, we don't sit in judgment and condemnation. We say, come home. Get clean, come home. Come sing this hip-hop song of the redeemed who have been saved by grace from the situations that you in. You can't sit out there in Babylon and sing and claim the songs of hip-hop, nah. But you could come home at any time. The door is wide open. Come home, brothers and sisters.
It verses like devil's pie, say some dessert for us.
We even providing the transportation to get out of Babylon. All you got to do is get on board. The abundant life that is predestined for you is yours. Just hop on. Even if you are still in bondage, man, we got the express train, slavery abolitionist express train. All you got to do is get at us. We'll come pick you up.